Today, we follow Fletcher to court for a child support and custody hearing. He is going in front of a Nashville judge that has ridiculed, disrespected, and chastised Fletcher since the start of the case. Fletcher, the plaintiff, has been treated as the defendant in the case as he filed for divorce after finding out his wife was unfaithful. He has provided documentation, filed 98 motions which have all been denied by the judge. He came to court for help, but has gone through a nightmare.
I reached out to the state of Tennessee, to the courts, for them to help me. All I wanted was a divorce. You want me to go through mediation. What's to mediate? She cheated. I took my marriage vows seriously. End of story. So there's nothing to mediate on my end. It's a wrap. I don't need to talk to her no more. Give me the divorce. Why are you dragging it out?
Brooke accompanies Fletcher to court today to provide support. Let's see how this plays out.
As y'all can see, I'm not making things up in the way his demeanor is towards me. No matter what I try to present, it still comes out to him as evidence means nothing. Hearsay is the testimony that he goes by. It doesn't matter what's in writing.
You want to call Nikki and tell her things up?
Yeah.
Frustrations are high as Fletcher showed up to court, and his ex-wife did not. Fletcher believes that if he was the one to not show, he would have been held in contempt of court, and there is a double standard.
Where are we going for lunch?
I don't know.
Sedona.
Sedona.
Sedona. Sorry, let's go. You want to go to Sedona with us? Come on, sorry.
He's saying I didn't know you was gonna be here. What do you mean
What's
you?
crazy though is this court date has been scheduled since January, and
Since
as recent
January.
as last week we discussed, you have a court date at 1:30 on the docket, and then you knew you also had this court date at 8:30. Again, it goes back to what I always say. They do whatever they want to do because there's no oversight, there's no accountability. They control the narrative in the courtroom, they control the narrative of your case, they control everything because there is no accountability at all.
How the hell are you gonna ask me a question, and while I'm trying to talk to you, you cut me off? Tell me, hey, what?
It's insane. Like I'm just.
He wants a reason. You know, he wants me to act out so he can treat me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he's gaslighting you in there, because he wants to get a reaction from you. He wants you to get out of character. He wants to get you to show emotion so that he can react and retaliate. That's what he wants. That's why I told you, you need to just hold your composure. Let him act like the people that he is born to be. You have the integrity. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go in there and file a motion of discovery on every single document that is in your file, period. We're going to review the case from A to Z.
I filed 98 motions, and not one single motion was accepted. He denied 98 motions. So you're trying to tell me that I didn't do anything correctly? Even the things he suggested that I do, he denied it after he suggested that I file it. So tell me what's actually going on. Now, there's 286 pleadings in this case, according to the clerk's office. I want the entire case history from start to finish, because somebody else and the oversight board and some other people need to see this.
So basically, Fletcher goes to court this morning for an 8:30 docket, which he was there, he was present, so was his ex-wife. And then he has to come back to this 1:30 docket, which he does, and he's present. But somehow the ex-wife doesn't have to be there at all. And so I know there was a lot of confusion around that in the courtroom, because he's like, well, I'm here because I'm on the docket, and your honor told me, your court told me that I had to be here and I had to provide this documentation, and we're supposed to have a hearing on that today, but somehow she's been exempt. So we don't have the hearing today. So now we have to go back to court in 9 days, 8-9 days to have, the same hearing. It's ludicrous. You have these women who play the system, right? They get whatever that they need done, especially if their attorney is in fact a friend of the judge's. They get whatever needs that they have met. But these men who really are trying to step up and be a father, who really are trying to make sure their children goes to school and doesn't have truancy issues, who are really trying to make sure that their child is being properly taken care of, and they are blocked from their ability to be able to do so because someone is so ego-filled and power-driven, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. And I'm glad that we're on this journey together so that we can really expose what goes on when power-stricken, ego-driven judges are on these benches. He's asking and begging a court to be a real father. That's the setup. That's the real setup. When men who really want to be fathers have to beg the court to allow them the ability to do so, that's a problem.
Will Fletcher be able to navigate these proceedings and be able to get a fair outcome? Stay tuned to find out.